ผมว่าจริงนะครับพอเราอยู่มานานเรารู้สึกว่าชินพอเราชินแล้วเราก็รู้สึกว่ามันมีความสุข
ก็พอโอเคนะมันก็พออยู่ได้อะ
พี่ว่าดีครับได้ฝึกทักษะได้ออกกำลัง
อย่าคิดให้เป็นปัญหาคิดให้มันเป็นแรงบันดาลใจมันดีกว่าครับ
ทนไหวไม่ใช่ทางออก
ประสบการณ์การเดินทางเท้าที่แย่เป็นสิ่งที่เราชาวกรุงเทพต้องเจอทุกวันและกำลังเป็นประเด็นปัญหาที่ถูกกล่าวถึงมากขึ้นอิฐเสื่อมสภาพสายไฟรกรุงรังแสงสว่างที่ไม่เพียงพอในยามค่ำคืนทางม้าลายที่ไม่ปลอดภัยและรถมอเตอร์ไซค์ที่ขึ้นมาวิ่งบนฟุตบาทเป็นประจำจากการสำรวจคนกรุงเทพมีความเครียดเรื่องสิ่งแวดล้อมในเมืองถึง 37.84% และปัจจัยที่ทำให้กรุงเทพไม่น่าอยู่ก็คือเรื่องของสภาพแวดล้อมถึง 61.31% แต่วันนี้ปัญหาเหล่านี้กำลังจะถูกแก้ไขเพราะตอนนี้ทุกฝ่ายทั้งนักวิจัยนักออกแบบและหน่วยงานภาครัฐกำลังหันมาร่วมมือกันเพื่อเก็บข้อมูลปัญหาต่างๆเกี่ยวกับทางเท้าช่วยกันแชร์ไอเดียออกแบบทางเดินที่ทุกคนอยากได้เพิ่มความปลอดภัยในการข้ามถนนมีกิจกรรมส่งเสริมการเดินจัดการระบบนำทางให้สะดวกมากขึ้นเพิ่มสภาพแวดล้อมที่ปลอดภัยในการเดินจัดการพื้นที่และภูมิทัศน์บนทางเท้าให้น่าเดินสำหรับทุกคนใช่ครับมันกำลังจะเกิดขึ้นจริงโดยเริ่มต้นจากย่านเจริญกรุงเป็นที่แรก Streetscape Bangkok คุณสามารถร่วมกันแชร์ความคิดเห็นว่าทางเท้าแบบไหนที่คุณอยากได้ผ่านเกม Street Fighter ทางเว็บไซต์ด้านล่างแคปชั่นนี้เลยครับ
Bangkok Design Week จากความสำเร็จของ Bangkok Design Week 2018 ระยะเวลาตลอด 9 วันที่มีผู้เข้าชมงานทั้งชาวไทยและชาวต่างชาติมากกว่า 400,000 คนได้มาร่วมค้นพบประสบการณ์แห่งการสร้างสรรค์จากกิจกรรมกว่า 500 รายการที่เกิดขึ้นในพื้นที่ต่างๆทั่วกรุงเทพกว่า 60 สถานที่กรุงเทพมหานครเมืองหลวงที่เต็มเปี่ยมไปด้วยแรงดึงดูดที่ชวนให้ผู้คนทั่วโลกเดินทางมาสัมผัสประสบการณ์ที่หลากหลายมากด้วยมิติแห่งความคิดสร้างสรรค์และเรื่องราวชวนจดจำ Bangkok Design Week 2019 ปรากฏการณ์ที่กำลังจะเกิดขึ้นในมหานครแห่งนี้ Fusing Forward ประสานสร้างสู่อนาคตการผสานศาสตร์ต่างสาขาที่ขับเคลื่อนด้วยความคิดสร้างสรรค์ตั้งแต่ความดั้งเดิมมากคุณค่าอย่างงานหัตถกรรมจนถึงความล้ำสมัยของดิจิทัลและเทคโนโลยีเพื่อตอบสนองทั้งธุรกิจและคุณภาพชีวิตของผู้คนยุคปัจจุบันมาพร้อมกับการรวมพลังของนักสร้างสรรค์และผู้ประกอบการธุรกิจกว่า 1,000 รายพบกับ 5 กิจกรรมหลัก Showcase and Exhibition การจัดแสดงผลงานและนิทรรศการที่สะท้อนศักยภาพของนักออกแบบและธุรกิจสร้างสรรค์จากกรุงเทพและเมืองต่างๆทั่วโลก Talk and Workshop กิจกรรมเพิ่มเติมความรู้และแรงบันดาลใจจากนักสร้างสรรค์ของไทยและต่างประเทศ Creative District ร่วมชมต้นแบบการส่งเสริมย่านเจริญกรุงสู่ความเป็นย่านสร้างสรรค์ทั้งด้านธุรกิจและคุณภาพชีวิต Event and Program กิจกรรมส่งเสริมนักสร้างสรรค์ในการแสดงศักยภาพในหลายรูปแบบทั้งดนตรีภาพยนตร์และศิลปะการแสดงอื่นๆรวมถึงกิจกรรม Open House และ Creative Market ตลาดนัดสร้างสรรค์มากกว่า 100 ร้านค้าจากผลงานของนักสร้างสรรค์สร้างโอกาสในการขายสินค้าและการขยายเครือข่ายธุรกิจของผู้ประกอบการห้ามพลาด 26 มกราคมถึง 3 กุมภาพันธ์ 2562 ที่อาคารไปรษณีย์กลางและย่านเจริญกรุงค้นพบแรงบันดาลใจใหม่ๆและมาร่วมกันสร้างให้กรุงเทพมหานครเป็นมหานครแห่งความสร้างสรรค์พร้อมขับเคลื่อนเศรษฐกิจของประเทศและพัฒนาคุณภาพชีวิตของทุกคน Bangkok Design Week 2019 จัดโดย CEA สำนักงานส่งเสริมเศรษฐกิจสร้างสรรค์องค์การมหาชน
Bangkok Design Week นะคะ ดิฉันเนชชนกสาราโกเศษในนามสำนักงานส่งเสริมเศรษฐกิจสร้างสรรค์รับหน้าที่เป็นผู้ดำเนินรายการในวันนี้ค่ะ Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and the member of the press. I am เนชชนกสาราโกเศษ On behalf of the Creative Economy Agency, I am honored to be your host today. ภายใต้แนวคิดผสานสร้างสู่อนาคตศักยภาพที่สำคัญของกรุงเทพในการเป็นแหล่งรวมนักสร้างสรรค์และผู้ผลิตได้ถูกสะท้อนออกมานักสร้างสรรค์เหล่านี้หยิบส่วนผสมต่างๆจากหลากสาขาความรู้และในท้องถิ่นทั้งสากลจากรุ่นเก่าและรุ่นใหม่มาปรุงใหม่ให้กลายเป็นผลงานและผลิตภัณฑ์เชิงพาณิชย์และคุณภาพชีวิตที่ดีขึ้นค่ะ Under the theme Fusing Forward, the potential of Bangkok in gathering creatives in different fields are reflected.These creatives combine knowledge from various disciplines, locally and internationally, new and old, to create products and services for commercial purpose and better quality of life. และในเวลานี้นะคะดิฉันขอเรียนเชิญมิสเตอร์มิลานทรีวิชเจ้าหน้าที่ผู้ประสานงานการรับเข้าเรียนภาคพื้นเอเชียของสถาบันโดมุสอะคาเดมีเป็นผู้นำท่านเข้าสู่การบรรยายในวันนี้ของมิสเตอร์ฟรานเซสโก ซอเรนติโนนะคะ Next, I would like to invite Mr. Milan Trivish to open today's talk, and the talk is by Mr. Francesco Sorrentino in the topic of the role of the designer in the contemporary era by the Domus Academy Information Center, Thailand. Please welcome Mr. Trivish.
Hello, everyone.First of all, on behalf of Domus Academy, thank you very much for the invitation. It's a pleasure being here with you in Bangkok. And today we have the honor of a speech held by the Domus Academy Master Course Leader of Business Design, Francesco Sorrentino. But before of that, I would like to give you a brief introduction about Domus Academy. Domus Academy was founded in 1982 by some of the most innovative Italian designers of the era, as Andrea Barzi, Alessandro Guerriero, Maria Grazia Mazzocchi, and it was the first Italian postgraduate institution offering courses in fashion and design. From 1982 until now, Domus Academy had a lot of very important international and Italian designers as lecturers and faculty members,as Philip Stark, Patrizio Orchiola, and Gianfranco Ferré, which you can see here in the picture as the first course leader of the Master in Fashion Design. During all those years, Domus Academy was awarded with many different prizes and awards as the Compasso d'Oro in 1994. Today, Domus Academy is offering 12 master courses,and all of them are accredited and recognized by the Italian Ministry of Education. And this is Domus Academy today.
For me, Domus Academy is...
Wait, one more time.
What, can you ask the question again?
Sorry, I forgot this.
Domus Academy is about meeting people.I remember when I first got here, I got the chance to get to know people from all over the world. It was really exciting.
Yeah, we all became friends, and not only with your classmates, actually you get to know everybody. It's like a big community. You work all together all day and then you just go out and explore the city.
Milan has a lot to offer, from the design week, the fashion week, exhibitions, talks. There is always something happening.
We're learning a lot not only about the city but about ourselves throughout this journey as well.
Working with people from all over the world, developing projects, discussing ideas, inspired me a lot and made me grow.
At Domus Academy, students come from all over the world. They come from different cultures, they come from different disciplines. Working together here, they learn to understand what it means to collaborate across cultures and across disciplines, which is hugely important in the professional world that they are about to enter.
Here at Domus Academy, we provide our students with understanding of how to work with design thinking. It doesn't matter where they work, what type of work. We help them to develop the thought process needed to come up with the solution to any problem that might arise.
Teachers and tutors are very friendly and supportive. They often provide us a practical approach to learning, give us really important feedback.
They're always showing us new trends, pushing us to be innovators instead of repeating what has been done before.
Domus Academy offers a practical approach to learning, making it really easy for us to grasp design concepts.
In workshops, we work with actual real brands and clients.
We're given the opportunity to bridge the gap between the academic and professional world by constantly collaborating with companies and design studios. This is important to me because I've been able to challenge myself while working alongside professional designers and experts.
Coming here and meet people from around the world and learning design from the city of Milan has opened up my perspective in a multi-dimensional way.
I really came a little bit out of my German bubble.
In just 1 year, Domus Academy has helped redefine my career and brought me closer to the person I aspire to become.
Domus Academy is an environment that fully cultivates design thinking, and it's a place that gives us the practical tools that's going to equip us for the future and for our careers, while also allowing us to be individuals and exploring our ideas.
Domus Academy has given me international perspective.
For me, Domus Academy was the start of a great new experience.
The academic offer of Domus Academy is divided in 4 departments: in fashion, design, experience, and business department. And all the masters has the same peculiarity. The Domus Academy Master Study Plan is unique, is different from all the other universities. Why? Because first of all, we are offering professionality. Our master is divided in workshop. Almost all of the workshops are in collaboration with companies, and our students are working on real projects, something that the company, the industry really needs. Secondly, we offer flexibility. We offer for the students to choose some of the workshops that they are going to attend. So it is possible also to work together with students from other masters. For us, interdisciplinarity is very important. And as well, after the 4 workshops that the students are going to have in the master, there is a professional experience, which is very important. And students in the professional experience has also the possibility to choose an internship, which is guaranteed by Domus Academy, and it's 2 months long, and it's part of the study plan. After graduating as well, all the students has the possibility to extend they stay back for 1 year for job-seeking purposes. And that's because Domus Academy is recognized and accredited by the Italian Ministry of Education. Domus Academy is very international. We are giving an Italian approach to design, but in an international environment where 97% of our students are international, and we have students coming from more than 45 different countries around the world. And these are some of the companies we are collaborating with for the workshops, for the professional experience, and as well, after the graduation, our Career Service Office is supporting all the students for the placement, and this leads to a job placement rate of 92% within 1 year after graduation. Thank you very much for your attention, and now it's my honor to introduce Francesco Sorrentino, the course leader of the Master in Business Design.
Hello. Hi, guys. How you doing? You okay? Cool. Actually, in the meantime, we are trying to let the presentation start. I would like to really say thanks to all the organization to having us here. Actually, being in Bangkok, in Thailand, is an honor. It's always good. I've been actually a couple of times already, but just for vacation, and this country is amazing. Now I'm here also for business. Yeah, it's always a pleasure, really. Now, let's start with my presentation. I would like to start with this. Now you hear me better? Great. I would like to start my presentation with this picture coming from an exposition of a guy called Virgil Abloh. It was a couple of months ago, and actually it's the starting point of the topic of my presentation. It's basically question everything. During this presentation, I try to talk of the role of designer nowadays in the contemporary era, and this guy, I think, is a guy that are playing a very important role at the moment. During this exhibition, during this exhibition, a magazine that for sure you know, called Design Boom, interviewed this guy and said, what do you think, and asked basically, what do you think about bad design, no? And basically he said that bad design actually inspired him, but inspired, I think, all of us, because through bad design, actually, we can think about new possibility or switch the meaning of some objects, for example. So yeah, that's actually the starting point. Let's go to, I'm introducing myself, that's me, on a stage of some project that we were doing. Yeah, I'm actually, I study in architecture in Florence, but also then I moved to Milan to study in Domus Academy, the Master in Business Design. Then I start to work, but at the moment I'm managing, as Milan said, the Business Design Master course since 5 years. I don't know why it doesn't work if I stay there. Let me try to keep it here. Yeah. Cool. Sorry. Yeah, in my previous experience, I was working with Versace, especially in young Versace, doing developing the collection for kids for like 4 years, and also at the moment I have an agency and a magazine called Kain, in which I'm doing creative direction, and basically what we are doing for brands is like creating content. And it's mainly also the topic of this conversation is about brand creating content and design content for brands. And that's what we do actually for most of luxury brand. I'm also an illustrator. I launched this account a couple of years ago. It's mainly on Instagram, and actually it's going good. It's having fun. It's just like sketches that takes me like not more than 10 minutes to do it, and I'm receiving a lot of requests actually from the market, and it's cool. So yeah, the task of the day. I don't know, it's like, yeah, it's 40 minutes basically. I try to keep you awake for 40 minutes. I'm sure I'm gonna be able to do that, and I'm sure you will help me. And how am I gonna do that? I will be helped by a visual journey that I designed for you. It's not our, I mean, the picture that you will see are not coming from me, from my work. It's just a selection of images that I like. I just did an Instagram research of photographer, artists around the world, and I basically use their images, to make the presentation nice. Let's put it like this. Maybe sometimes you were unfocused, but at least you have the chance to see some very good images that at least I like it. So yeah, the main topic. Let me first start to understand the population here, actually in this room. Actually from here, It looks everything. I mean, it looks like a big room. I look like quite famous. Can you raise your hand if there are some designers here? Yeah, mostly. Great. There are also students. Great. So I imagine that the ones that raise their hands, they are already working in this field, right? Hands? Not all. Great. So let's start to say, what do you think about design? I mean, we all, every day, are dealing with the role of the designer. What is designer? As a designer, what you do. So for me, easily, designers solve problems. Easy like this. So during the meeting, during the brainstorming, then your boss call you, your client call you, we need to do this, we need to do this, we need to do that. But at the end of the day, you need to solve problem, right? And that's interesting because we are in a certain moment in which everything going very fast in the world, right? It's been like this the last 3 years, and right now it's going even more fast. So, and that's a moment in which designer, and especially the design, has an important role in this growth. I think that companies nowadays are looking for figure like us, for figure like designer that can bring design methodology, design process into brand, big corporation in their path, in their process. So easily, what we do, we understand needs. Basically, we understand the needs of the people, we understand the needs of the market, the needs of the brand. And we basically translate these needs in something that is a solution, right? We create solution. We translate these needs and we create product, we create brand, and we create service, mostly. But if you think about, but if you think about, those are experience. So basically, what put in common these three are the experience. I just copy-paste this description from the Domus Academy website. Experience design is the practice of designing product, services, app, and more, with the focus on create positive and user experience. Through design experience, we add moments of fun, happiness, convenience, safety. Essentially, we add value to the lives of people. Actually, there are three main and kind of interaction when we are interact with a brand or with a product. Imagine you are a designer, and the first one is the functional. So you really feel in love to buy the new iPad with the new Apple Pencil, no? You can recognize the functionality of this product. So you are attracted by the functionality of the product, and you definitely want to buy, and you definitely can wait to use it. Then there is the second step that is emotional, and we're going to talk about that soon, but now I just give you an anticipation. So emotional, it looks like this fantastic collaboration is Converse together with Comme des Garçons. You can buy these shoes just on Dover Street Market, and I mean, you can feel it, no? You're looking see this kind of emotion when you see these shoes. And the third one is symbolic. So you are looking for something that give you some symbol to your life. It's representing you. So like in this case, that's a picture coming from the last Gucci Dans les Rues campaign of Gucci, the pre-fall campaign, in which basically they create this campaign and they try to redesign this romantic revolution, right? So, and you can see, what you can see in this campaign is the same that reflect also in the product, in something that express some content, no? When you dress it. And why we do that? Why we do that? We do that in order to attract you guys, in order to attract people like me, people like you. So there was usually, in the, let's say, 10, 15 years ago, there was this kind of trends to call the people, no, the final user, target customer. Actually, still something that people continues to do that, but it's quite old. Because in this way, it's look like that we are not user. It's look like that we are like just numbers. But if you want to design something that really attract these people, you need to treat them as user, as person. So yeah, let's start to follow this wave and start to call them people. So people at the moment, and you know better than me, don't buy just products. So we are looking for unique solution. You never see these shoes? Raise your hand. Someone see these shoes? No one? Couple of. Yeah, great. That's special edition collaboration. It was made by Virgil Abloh and Nike. They basically redesign a product and they release like a very limited number of pieces. And actually, it was very unique product, very new in the market. And as you can see, that's the pair, the personal pair of Beyoncé. Real experience. That's what we are looking for. Also, this picture coming from last year's show of Louis Vuitton, where Kim Jong designed this collaboration with Supreme. And this is something that, even though it's very focused on a specific market, it teaches us that we buy stuff that feel like part of a community. So you want to feel part of this community, you're looking for buying stuff like this and feel this kind of experience. And last one, a relevant story. We want to know everything. We want to know where this product was made, which material they use, which one is the story that is behind. So it's important. And those are contents. So basically, as a designer, when you design for a brand, for a company, you design basically content. And these content are the extension of the brands. It's like these pictures. I think that is very coherent. It's an hand with a lot of hands in the finger. That is what the brand is, basically. All the content are the fingers that gives personality, character, and credibility and value to the brand. That's funny. The purchasing process, that's interesting. I think that you know better than me how it works, but basically you start to Google it if you're looking for something specific, right? Then, I don't know if you still go, those of you, when you need to buy something, you still go to store or you buy all online? Store? Store. Online? Yeah, actually. Exactly. There is someone that still also like to pass by the store, but at the end what you do is that you go back and you Google it again. So because maybe in the store you see some other brands, you see some other competitions. And then you Google it again. So maybe let's take a look at this, let's take a look at that. This one costs less, this is better, look how nice this one. And then there is social media. Social media, actually, we are completely, how can I say? We are looking, we always look into social media and always looking for the suggestion that coming from the people you follow, right? So then you take a look on Instagram, but then again, you Google it because maybe you want to buy and you want to search more information. So that's the context in which we live. It's, around all technology, social media, the global market. So it's the accessibility to purchase. Imagine, so you are in love for the silk and you buy, for example, a specific and very sophisticated silk in a store in Milano, in Brera, in a certain area of Milan. Online, directly, you can buy even now. In 2 days, you will have it at home. Easy like this. In 2 days, fantastic packaging with a specific postcard for you. Thanks for buying from us. There is no boundaries in competition, so you can buy from everywhere. Even sharing idea. So maybe you start to tweet something and you will get some feedback. Then maybe you start to post some stories on Instagram and you will get some feedbacks. Maybe it's just a starting point of your research in order to launch some product, some new project. And they're Kickstarter. I mean, we all know Kickstarter. Now it's quite famous, I mean, since years. You have the possibility to find investor there easily. Just post it there, you do a campaign, you do some prototype, and then, I mean, everything is very open. Yeah, global accessibility. Connection through the object. So Internet of Things, actually now object really, I mean, it seems a lot of years that we're talking about Internet of Things, but now it looks like that we there. Product talk, each other. So yeah, smart connection. In this market, brands are not anymore the actors. As you can see, brands are just a topic. So actually, they are like, if are a topic. That's quite funny. That's actually also me. Readers love the ads as much as they love the editorials. And that's what happened when you read a magazine. Okay. Apart from that, you all remember, I'm sure, Just Do It campaign was made in '88 by Whedon and Kennedy. Yeah, this campaign actually is very interesting. It represents how it was before the market. So basically, they just launched this slogan, no? You want to escape your run, no, just do it. This campaign, it looks very simple, but at the end, it gets, 800 million sales that year. So it was very great campaign. And all the people having in mind that when it's Nike, there is also associated by Just Do It. Yeah, that was the way where usually in the 80s, in the 90s, let's say in the 90s, the company used to communicate their value, communicate their brand. It was exactly like this. It was called top-down communication. So basically, imagine with this slogan, Just Do It, they use this one in a different way. Let's say radio, television, big billboard. So people start to say, that's the brand really that I like. I really love this quote, this slogan, so I want to buy. So that was in the 90s, right? Now we switch from Nike to like, and actually is vice versa, is bottom up. So basically, as we said before, brand is not the actor, it's just a topic. Who is the actor now is the people, is the customer. The people are the medium now. So basically you want to buy that shoes because maybe you saw on Instagram on one of the people that you follow and you think that are interesting. I have here a few examples to show you. This guy is Marco Bizzarri. He's the CEO of Gucci. And basically, he take this position like, let's say, 2-3 years ago. And in that year, they completely changed the management in Gucci. They changed the CEO, and they changed the creative director. So what happened is that, basically, they realized that maybe the company was driven by communication instead to be driven by design. That's what I think. And so they changed something. They changed also the creative director. And with Alessandro Michele, they did the first fashion show. It was crazy. People start to talk about that a lot. It creates a lot of buzz. But then after 6 months, they take a look at the selling point. It was -9 compared to the scale. But actually, at the end of the year, they closed the year basically selling 6.2 billion euros. So they changed completely everything. At the starting point, the market didn't realize that they really appreciate the style. But then at the end of the year, they closed with 6.2 billion euro and with a growth of 80% of sales online. That's very interesting. That was an interview that they did with the System magazine. That is a very cool magazine. I really recommend you. And they say, and he says especially, I don't think customer today really care. I cannot read from here. Sorry. I don't think customer today really care about having see now, buy now stuff, because in this case they can easily buy from Zara, for example, from fast fashion. And also, it's very interesting, related to what I said before. We've seen that this industry is stupid. It can burn people talent out after just 6 months. That is what actually happened to them, right? They were all criticized them. Another example that I would like to show you is Virgil Abloh. Do you guys know who Virgil Abloh is? Yeah, few of you, interesting. So basically, this guy at the moment, for me, is very creative. He's representing the new designer. Actually, at the moment, he's the creative director of Louis Vuitton, and he also launched his own brand called Off-White. And actually, he's an architect, and that's I think is very interesting. He designed limited edition piece for IKEA. Actually, he's doing a lot. He was called by Kanye West to become his creative director, and from that point, he started to design a lot, and he's very he's innovating a lot. Yeah, that's kind of... And this guy is a former lead product designer and art director at Spotify. So that's interesting. They ask him, can you please tell me the role of product designer? He said, look, he started to explain all the things that product designer do in Spotify, that actually from the ideation, the research, from the sketching part, then they create products, so they jump from the first phase to 3D software, and then they prototype. Then at one point, they also go in following the user experience, all the digital part. And at the end of the day, is what I think is relevant, that we've been in a moment in which also in the school, right? When I was looking for the master, for example, I was feeling that the market was looking for people very specialized in something. For example, product design, or, I don't know, experience design. If you feel it in one or the other, you just go and follow experience design. Now, I think that nowadays, the schools are kind of different, no? Because the market is different. The requirement of the market is completely different. There is no, from my point of view, the needs to looking for just a product designer. You need a designer. Let's say a 360-degree designer that is able to follow up the step of the process. That's what you need to do, I think, and that's what actually we are provide as a school. We are pushing this multidisciplinarity. In fact, if, for example, students from product design can definitely follow and jump on a course of business design or visual brand. At the end of the day, this guy actually said in one of his tweets, he said that he's in love with Keynote. You guys use Keynote? Yeah. Actually, this guy designed Spotify with Keynote. He prototyped Keynote. He prototyped Spotify on Keynote. Then there was another guy that actually designed all the platform. But I mean, no. And the last example that I would like to show, it's an American-Israeli architect that now she's at MIT. She has completely another approach. She believes, and actually it's true, that during the Industrial Revolution, the world of design was dominated by the rigor of manufacturing and mass production. What does it mean? That the designers were trained, basically, as you can see in the picture, to design stuff according to all the different pieces. So this approach was definitely very machine-oriented. And what she's saying, no, I looked to one of her TED talk, and she pushed this aspect that now design is moving from machine-oriented to organism. So it's not anymore a process of assembly pieces, but it's to grow to grow pieces. That it's why? Because basically what she said is that at the moment we have the tools as a designer based on the different technology, based on the specific era in which we are, to having, for example, computational design that allow us to do complex form with simple codes. Then there is additive manufacturing that allow us to produce part adding material more than cutting out. Then there is the material engineering. So design that allow us basically to design as material in high revolution. And then, synthetic biology that give us the possibility to give life to new biological factors acting through the DNA. That's give you another point of view. So what I try to tell you in this completely four different character, right, is that what put us together is the experience, meaningful experience for people. How are we going to do that? Through an emotional flow. So I would like to jump, helped by Donald Norman, that is actually one of the guru in emotional design. In fact, he designed this book called Emotional Design Theory. When I was studying at university, this was a book that I was reading there. He basically explained the different steps of emotion, of engagement related to a product or a brand. That's very interesting. He said that in the first phase, that there is a visceral design. What's the visceral design? It's that kind of butterfly in your stomach, you know, when you see something that you really like. Is when you see something that is perfect. All the ecosystem is perfect, from the detail of the product to the way they've done the branding, to the packaging, to the material. Everything is perfect, and that's the visual design. The second aspect is behavioral design. So is that aspect that it's more related to you, no? It's the fact that how you feel when you have it. And the third aspect is the reflective design. That is what you reflect to the other. Let's put together these three phases looking to the user and the business value. So the visual, basically, it's the things that, it's the wow effect, no? So you see something, you say, oh, wow, that's great. In terms of business, it gives you the impulse to buy something. So you jump in the store, you have that kind of feeling, and you have the possibility you buy that. The second one is the behavioral, as we said before. Is engagement, basically. So it's something that become you, basically, no? It's it lets you feel good. And in terms of purchasing is repurchasing. So maybe buy another product similar like this or in the same brand or with the same functionality. So it gives you satisfaction and loyalty. The third one, that is reflective. It's pride. So that's what the brands are looking for. Brands are looking for this kind of engagement because you become their own testimonial. So, for example, you like that Nike shoes, you start to use it always, and then you also start to say to your friends, oh, this is the shoes. Those are the shoes that you need to buy. And then you become a PR, basically, for them, and that has a huge value. This is an example of, this girl is called Gilda, and she's working, actually she launched a brand called Attico. This was out of a fashion show, I think, in Milan. And if we take a look together at the three aspects that I just said, no? The visual, the behavioral, and the reflective. When she bought the fur, the pink fur, she was attracted maybe by the color. So the visual was like, I really love this one. Then behavioral approach is self-confidence. So when she used this fur, she feel really confident, no? She feel okay. And then there is the reflective one. It's basically what the other think when she used the fur. That is basically, maybe they think, she's having this kind of radical aesthetic. So she was basically a curator of hairstyle, but basically what we do as a designer is we are curators. There is a curation between us and the brand and the other. So basically, the brand, there is the first relation that is your relation with the brand. Then what's the product tell about you, right? And the story that you want to tell about the others. So it's basically what the brand say about yourself to the other people. Are you confused? Now, I think that is relevant and it's very important nowadays to follow a kind of methodology. And design thinking, I think that it's what the company, the big corporations are looking for. As we said, and this was by Coeleta Stafford, that is the managing director at IDEO, she said, design thinking is a process for creative problem solving, and we all know, right? What is design thinking? Easy. Empathy and strategy, understanding what is relevant for the people and understanding what is relevant for the company. So, putting together this ecosystem, start to reflect about that, and then start to creating prototyping, so testing. There is a first phase on understanding, the second one is explore, and the third one is prototype, no? Start to understand that actually if the things that you are doing, it works or not. Yeah, and then, I mean, that's the design thinkers. Being design thinkers doesn't mean that you need to be a designer, especially a designer, because there are people that are naturally design thinkers. They don't need to study or to read book about that. They are like this. That's the very last part of my presentation, in which I would like to give you some tips in order to be design thinkers, in order to be designer, 360-degree designer that works very well. So I think that to be a design thinker and to be a good designer, you need to understand the people. You need to listen to your customer, to the people with who you are designing, but don't believe them too much, right? So you need just to interpret the facts, no? It's all about people insight. It's all about facts. But what gives the difference in the design process, no, is the intuition, is the way you are able to translate these needs in a product, in a real insight. It's what we said before, an holistic design approach. What does it mean? We are not looking anymore for a designer, for a product designer, for a graphic designer, for an experienced designer. We are looking for a 360-degree designer with this holistic approach that is able to follow all the process, from the 0 to the 10. You need to be visionary and be able to transform the vision into action. You need to be pragmatic. You need to be not so, like, let's say, in the air. You need to be very on the point. You need to be entrepreneur. Always focus on the market. Always ready to deliver a smart solution. With a high level or EQ, what does it mean? It's the capability of an individual to recognize their own emotion and the emotion of the others. I just copy-paste this one from Wikipedia. You need to be sensible. I think that is one of the most relevant. Perfect balance between the elements in order to create the best experience for the people. Intuitive. Trust your own intuition. Be able to understand the big pictures. Of course, details are important, but big pictures make the difference. Be disruptive. We see a lot of time this word, be disruptive, be disruptive. Yeah, you need to be disruptive. As we saw before in one of the quotes of Virgil Abloh, people are full of hoodie, but they still want to buy the hoodie that he designed. So it was disruptive. Dialectic. That's the last one, maybe. So you can be perfect in everything. You can be the designer of the year, but if you are not able to represent what you are doing, to talk about your problem, and let your mother understand what are you talking about, you are no one. Yeah, and that's the last one, love. It's all about love. So we always, during this presentation, talking about the love of the people, basically. No, is what they feel when they are buying the product that you design, or maybe where they're using the application that you design, or easily they are looking to your design. So you need to feel in love, and this means that you first need to be in love. So try to find yourself a job that gives you this love. Or, for example, if you're working for something that doesn't make you very happy, just quit, resign. You need to be in love to design love stuff. Remember, we are designers. Always be curious, be confident, be humble, realistic and optimistic. And don't forget always to smile. That's fundamental. Just to close my speech, you remember the first picture that I showed you, no? Question everything, what this kind of big flag. This is related. This is made by the same artist that is Virgil Abloh. He said, of course, the interview, it's all for the same magazine, Design Boom. I work a lot with logos, brands that mean something to people. But when I do that, I'm also thinking about what those things meaning to people. So remember always that behind of any communication, there is always the meaning. And that's, I think, very important. Thank you very much.